You are listening to Jazz Brothers. They're playing Sugarcane from their 2009 release, Into the Night. This track and all the other music you'll hear on the show today are my original compositions. So I hope you like them. Is it what? Is it on this dang thing? It's not. Oh, hey, we're on. It's on. Hey, cool. Very good. Very cool. Ah, this is so much fun getting started. Okay, yeah. I'm an independent musician and creative type that practices, pun intended, here in beautiful Bend, Oregon, jazz capital of at least Central Oregon. But okay, yeah, jazz capital, all right. But and it's certainly not Los Angeles or New York by any means. But I am just looking out the window right now and watching the local deer family as they mosey on through my yard, nibbling on some of my shrubbery. So while it's not New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Kansas City, New Orleans, we are swinging hard right here in Bend, Oregon. Yeah, not the places you would expect, like, of course, they've got some jazz happening in Eugene and in Portland, the places you would expect. But I'll tell you what, per capita, there's more jazz been going on in Bend for the last 8 years that I personally know of than either of those places combined. That's why there's so many of those players coming over to Bend to work and to play, and there's so much activity here in Bend all around about jazz and about music and about culture and about being outdoors and about going and seeing and doing. And great, this little thing just came loose here. So, anyway, I'd be surprised if you don't know about Bend, Oregon at this point. But just in case you don't, get on the internet and check it out and see what's going on. Because Bend has, for some time, it's been known for world-class skiing. And people have been coming from all over the world to train and to compete and to ski at Mount Bachelor. But over the course of the last 10 to 12 years, and especially the last 5 or 6 years, it has Bend has like gone on the map. There's world-class athletes from all over the world coming here to train and to live for winter sports, for summer sports. I mean, it's huge. Breweries and beer has taken off incredibly, and Bend is world known for, I think there's 34 or 37 different breweries here in Bend that are craft breweries that are distributing all over the world. Of course, real estate for some time has been a big thing in Bend, and now pot is just going absolutely crazy, and Bend again is becoming known as a center for pot distribution, and the growth of it here, together with the breweries and the outdoor activities, is unreal, and it has brought along the culture with it. And jazz is another one of the other things that's a byproduct of all the people coming to Bend, of course, primarily initially because of the wonderful weather. We have more sunny days here than San Diego. When it does snow, it snows, and it's a wonderful thing. It's light and it's airy. You go out and you actually blow it off your car and go about your business. So those 5 things, really 4 things that are all keyed around the weather, have really put Bend on the map. And there's a lot of jazz that's going on. So who would think that Bend, little old sleepy, used to be dusty. I used to come over here. I used to come over in the late 70s with my rock bands and play at the college, and then also play at the end of the Seventh Mountain that was here then. And, you know, we'd come over for the weekend and we'd be driving back to Eugene going, man, it's just like hot and dusty over there. Why would anyone live there? But everyone wants to live here now, and it's growing like crazy. And it's taking, there's a lot of music that's going along with it. And that means there's also a lot of families that are interested in having their young people learn how to play music, and specifically jazz. So, you know, who would have ever thought that I'd be able to sit here and I was going to make a list, but I thought, man, if I can't just remember the top jazz artists that have been here in the last 8 to 10 years, because I've been able to interact with a very large portion of them in terms of doing workshops with them at the Oxford Hotel. You know, they'll come to do a concert at the Oxford on a Friday night. We'll do a workshop on Saturday. They'll play again Saturday night. And these workshops have really taken on a whole life of their own. They've grown. They've fostered a whole jazz music education attitude sponsored by Ben Broadband, by the Oxford Hotel, with the jazz series going on at the Oxford, and then the one that was at the River House. There was an awful lot of jazz being played and performed by world-class artists. So in Little Bend, we've had the opportunity to hear world-class artists like Benny Green, Regina Carter, T.S. Monk, Peter Erskine, Randy Brecker, Arturo O'Farrell, Jeremy Pelt, Diana Shure, and many more. And we have done workshops with many of those artists. Now, what is a workshop? What does that mean? Well, it can mean as little as an artist sitting on a stool on stage and speaking and having a question-answer session with all the people that are there. Or it could be as much as Tom Scott. When Tom Scott, we did a workshop with Tom Scott, and he insisted upon having his entire band come to perform and demonstrate and do sectionals. So the sax player he went and worked with the sax players. Rhythm section worked with the rhythm section players that were there. He also brought along with him the phenomenal Josh Nelson, jazz pianist who was just happened to be on a break from being Natalie Cole's musical director at the time. So Josh added a whole other dimension of communication and creativity to that particular workshop. Randy Brecker, the workshop we did with Randy Brecker was an outstanding workshop. I asked Randy if he wanted to have a student group to back him up. He said that would be great. I called the students that I would have called to have play. They were at state competitions and at other camps during the time. So I figured, hey, I'm a student. My other two buddies are students, so we had the opportunity to play with Randy Brecker at the workshop with him, and it was an outstanding presentation. I'll be able to talk about that more. Just a number of phenomenal world-class players who have come to Bend, and the opportunity has been created for them to communicate with people who are interested in it. So it's really been a fun thing. So. Oh, hey, everyone. Just wanted to say thanks for tuning in, listening or watching, whatever the case may be today. I'm appreciative of that. But also want to take a couple minutes and just say thanks to my many supporters and friends of jazz here in Central Oregon, my sponsors and other folks that are always there to support me and jazz, and especially my friends at the Oxford Hotel, who together
with the jazz series that is coming into their 9th year this year. Means my 7th year of hosting the workshops there with them. It's been a great relationship and continues to grow. Of course, the folks at Ben Broadband at the River House, Marv and the Notables, Mr. Wagner and Sal Marquez, Joe Rohrbacher at Just Joe's Music, and the Sun River Music Festival, and of course my lovely wife, who is always there, always supportive of me, and always ready for some jazz. So thank you.
So until next time, I'll say goodbye to you and to the old dog next door.
Wow.